So what is, in fact, spiritual sadhana means what? Invariably they speak about restraining the sense organs by leading a dharmic life. What is ultimately dharma means what? To control the sense organs, not to allow them to go wherever they want, but to move the direction where we want to. Ultimately, all spiritual practices aim at that only, nothing more than that. So people say that normally we have as sadhaks, we feel that the sense organs are like wild horses. Dushtashvaha, Swamiji was quoting this Kathopanishad. Like a horse, that the chariot is being drawn by horses which are not controlled properly. So, our sadhana is to control the sense organ, means the sense organs naturally goes to the places, to the objects which they like actually. The eye wants to see things which are beautiful, which it likes. The ear wants to hear some pleasing sounds. The tongue wants to eat, which it likes. Likewise, every sense organ is pulling us in different directions towards which they like actually. And Samyamayi is to control them, not to go like that, and to direct them to places where we like, where the Shastra says. Yatra matayo gachanti te vadaraha, the Shastra says. If according to our wishes, if the sense organ goes, if the mind goes, then they are not nara, they are considered as vadara. Yatra shastrani gachanti te naraha. So the mind goes, or the sense organ goes to the places it like, to the objects which they like. So that is, then you are no more nara, you are no more human, but you are the vadara. You are a monkey like that. Now, then we should be analyzed actually whether the objects have the attraction to pull those sense organs. Whether the sense organs attracted by the objects, do they go? Two possibilities. The objects have the attraction to pull those sense organs, and the sense organs wants to go, so it goes. Whether the sense organs have got that capacity, whether the sense organs are independent to move as they like, and not able to control. People go to forests, they want to go to ashrams and stay there peacefully. Why? The world is disturbing. The world is disturbing, so I want to come, and many people come and say to me also, Swamiji, our life, their family atmosphere is not good. I will come and stay in the ashram. And whether the family atmosphere is bad, or your sense organs are bad, whether the sense organs are independent, they can do whatever they like. The sense organs are not independent. They cannot move. They don't move actually. The eye does not move. The eye never moves to good objects. The ear never moves. What moves really then? The sense organs are inert things. They never get attracted. Somebody is making it to go. I want this, so you do it. You know, we see, they say that some hot kheer was there in a pot. So a monkey with its baby came. So it wanted to take it, it was very hot. So it uses the hand of that baby and spoon it up with the baby's hand and it lifts it. So use like a spoon, they use the baby's hand. Likewise, the mind only wants to go. No pleasure is enjoyed by the sense organs. The ear cannot enjoy a pleasing sound. The ear never enjoys. The eye doesn't enjoy. The eye is an inert instrument. So the sense organs are troubling. If you say whether the sense organs are really troubling, you analyze it and find out. Whether the sense organs are the culprit means already you become blind person. You become deaf. Then there should be a realistic person. All deaf people are blind people. If one is deaf and blind, then all the Namarupa is close to them. So they are also suffering from the samsara actually. They also will have desires. So the sense organs are the troubleshooters is not a totally correct concept. You think about it, am I right or wrong? Whether the sense organs are troubling you, they are not troubling actually. The mind outsources all its work through the sense organs. The mind makes the eye to go there and bring it. That fellow doesn't enjoy, I enjoy. You work for me and then I will. So the mind only does all these things. So the Patanjali in his Yoga Sutra says, when the sense organs are not going towards the objects and when they are with the mind, then it is called pratyahara. So Visheshu asamprayoge chitta swarupa anukareva pratyahara. So when the sense organs are not moving towards the objects but they are staying with the mind, it is pratyahara. Such a movement is never there unless it is compelled by the mind. The mind makes the instruments to move there. This itself, the mic itself will not speak. Somebody has to be behind it to speak actually. So this control of sense organs is actually, in fact, it is control of the mind only. There is no control of sense organs actually. It is the control of the mind. Even when you are in the remote forest, the mind will create all the pleasures you want. It will be daydreaming actually. So the sense organs are no problem to us. Indriya, they are not problems. The real Indriya is the mind actually. So, the mind is the real Indriya. And Samyama, I was mentioning Samyama means control. Control of sense organs means control of the mind. Ultimately, Samyama is control of the mind. And Samyama, Patanjali explains as Trayam Ekatra Samyamaha. Samyama, he gives a different definition. Not just restraint. Ekatra samyamaha. Dharana, jhana and samadhi together is samyama according to Patanjali. Dharana, jhana and samadhi. Because technically there is no difference between dharana, mind holding something, holding on, contemplating, remaining in that, and abiding in that and transcending its nature. These three are dharana, dhyana and samadhi. So in fact, mind is the cause for our disturbance. Maneva manushyanam. Chetakkalu asya bandhaya. Chitta is the cause for bandha. So now trying to find out what is mind. The English terminology, mind, we have some concept. Mana Shabda, Mana. What is that mind? Where is it located? Where is it located actually? Whether mind, such a substance is there. Whether anything like mind is there. And if it is there, what is it? If mind is not there, no thought is possible. If there is no mind means there is no thought. And what is a thought? What is a thought actually? Something comes in some idea comes in our mind. So the terminology mind is very difficult to understand because it is not an organ. It is not a physical organ. You understand hand, right hand, left hand, this is hand. What is mind? We want to control the mind, we do not know what is mind, how to control that. Somebody is breathing, don't breathe, control your hand, you tie it here, you can do it. But you do not know what is mind, how are you going to control, how is samyama possible? So the explanation of the mind is a mystical explanation according to Shastra also, it's a mystical explanation. We keep on using the word mind, mana, buddhi, ahankara and all these things. What exactly is this? It is normally not understood properly. We all know mind, my mind is disturbed. What is that mind? Where is that fellow? I will control it, I will tie it. You can't show that mind actually. It comes and goes. From where it comes, where it goes. What is that mind? So this mind is one of the sense organ, one of the indriya. So now for example, you have hand. What is this hand? Whether this hand has got an independent existence. You have got a finger, thumb. This thumb. What is this thumb? Where it starts, from where the thumb starts. Somebody asked you the question. What will you say? Here it starts, you cannot say. It is part and parcel of this body actually. Whether it is a leg or hand or eye or anything, it is one portion. You have made a boundary for that. And that boundary is not a visible boundary. You are making a boundary, an imaginary boundary. Even you take for example, this is Haridwar, this is Kankhal, that is Rishikesh. Whether there is any boundary for Kankhal, real boundary for Kankhal. Somebody has to plant a stone. This is Kankhal, that is Rishikesh. There is no such demarcation. Likewise, there is no boundary to define any of our part. What is leg? From where it starts? Can you take it out and give me? So it cannot be separated from the body actually. So it is a part of the body. You have used the terminology for some function, to explain some function. You use a terminology. Such a thing is not there. Any sense organ, you think about it, whether any sense organ we say, or any body part, it is only body. We include all these hands, leg, everything and say this person is so and so, this This body is called by name such and such. So it includes hand, leg and everything. We don't say my hand, my leg, my tongue, my head. Together this body's name is Swami Padmanabhananda. Nobody says that. So likewise, mind is also a particular space in this system which we call it as mind. No such a thing is there. Mind is you only. Mind is not different from you. Your leg is not different from you. Your leg is not different from you. The leg is included in you. The hand is included in you. A tree has got branches, big branch, the trunk, big branches, smaller branches, leaf, dry leaves, green leaves, purple leaf, all together we call tree. And sometimes we say these separations we make. So sometimes we give different names, we call them separately by different names. Sometimes you say collectively, give one name. Only the collective name is there. The difference you make it for certain convenience, certain functions. Likewise, mind is a particular space in you, a particular organ in you which has no form, but only by name. You think about it actually, whether such a mind is there. So mind is a particular function in this system which has no specific form. Hand has got a form, it has no specific form. Because it is not a gross instrument, it is a subtler instrument. It's a very subtle instrument. It has no form. And what exactly is the function? It divides you into two. Mind divides you into two. The mind divides you into two. What is that two? It divides you into a relationship of subject and object. It creates a subject-object relationship in you. The hand doesn't do that. The hand picks up something and puts it into the mouth. The leg walks. The eye sees something. All these things are under the control of this mind. And this mind actually is a trick, it makes a trick. It creates an imaginary division of subject-object. The subject-object relationship it creates. Now I see you. You are an object. I see you. You are different from me. I am the one who sees and you are an object for me to see. This division it makes. When I sleep, I don't see. When I am sleeping, I don't see you, although you may be sitting in front of me. I may not see you. I don't see you. When I am awake, I see you. You are sitting in front of me. You are a separate entity. When I sleep, where this entity has gone? The mind is not there. This entity is not there. When I dream, the mind creates this world. In the dream also I can see you. In my dream I see you. So I myself, the mind has divided itself into you and me. The mind creates this space In the dream, suppose if I am giving a talk in the Anandamayi Ashram, in my dream, then my mind creates this hall, mind creates mass picture, mind creates all of you, and mind, I also see me actually there. So I divide myself also into two. Not only I created you, I have created my another image there, and that I see that I am speaking. So mind actually is a function which brings about a subject-object relationship. Vishaya-Vishayi Sambandha. Vishaya means and Vishayi. Subject and object relationship. So mind divides itself and brings about a relationship of you and me. Swaparaschetya sadgrahaha. Yen mayaya krita, they say. So we can put it in the name of Bhagavan only makes it. Or our own mind makes it actually. I see you in my dream. I see myself seeing you in my dream. So I divide myself into two. So it is an error. So the mind creates an error in our system. So mind is some functional error. Suppose if you look at a straight road is there. You look at a straight road, then you will find that the road is converging. You see the sky. Sky is like this, like a dome. Somewhere the sky is coming and meeting at the earth somewhere. Likewise, if you see at a road, then you find that the road is meeting at some place, straight road. Technically they call it as a parallax error. Suppose if an engineer is there, so a road has constructed and then he looks at the road. Hey, the road is, instead of putting the same width, the road is converging to some point. Those places where it is converging, you widen this. If you say, what will happen? It won't work. Likewise, if you try to control the sense organs without understanding this, if you try to control the sense organs alone, there may be little success sometime, but many times it will end up wasted. The proper understanding of this is required. This is an error, such an error. Somehow has happened that I have to correct it for this purpose. All the sadhana we do, whether it is dana, tapasya, yajna, puja, all these things, sarve mano nigraha lakshananta, parohi yogo manasas samadhi. Mind becoming Samyam Saptah, mind remaining quite not doing this error. When it functions, it will function. It can function only create this error. So all the exercises we do to control the sense organs and to control the mind, without proper understanding what exactly it is, will not be effective. Maybe later on it may help you, but if there is an understanding of what exactly the mind is doing, what exactly is the sadhana, the mind creates a relationship of inside and outside. You are outside me. If you are inside me, I will not know you. Actually, you are inside me only, you are not outside me. There is a wrong notion that you are outside me. I don't have an outside. Bhagavan is all pervading and you are part and parcel of that. Then where is that? Outside actually. So the concept of outside is the first error the mind makes. It limits you and makes you feel that I am this and this is outside. So understanding this is actually the mind is just an error, a psychological problem. Some people have got psychological problem, they believe that ghost is here. Somebody is following me, some paranoid. Somebody is following me. They keep on looking, doubting. Likewise, mind creates a problem for us, makes you think that there is something outside and that is troubling me. I am not happy. I have this problem. There is insecurity in me. All these feelings, all these thoughts, all these concepts are the error created by the mind. That error itself is called the mind. So first we have to understand that all these concepts that I am limited, I have this problem, you don't have any problem. You are that. You are Ananda Swarupa. And that you have not accepted, other things you are accepting. I don't need anything to make me full, I am already full. Purnamidam. I am Paripurnaha. So that thought is not there. That faith is not there. That has not been accepted actually. I am divine. So that is not accepted actually. Because of that, the mind gives a notion the other is there. As long as the other is there, it implies that the mind is there. And the mind is there means then the problem is there. So what is real samyama? Real samyama is to annihilate this mind. Samyami is one who has annihilated this mind. No more sense of the outer. There is, even in this physical world, there is nothing inside and nothing outside. Everything is contiguous. We don't have anything in the partition here. God made partitions here as inside and outside. How come that you say inside and outside? You created this inside and outside. And then why put the blame on God? So everything is contiguous here. Everything is Ananda here. And everything is Ananda here. There is nothing limited here. You are unlimited. You have no boundaries. So the mind is that it is one type of phobia, one type of psychological problem that you feel that I am limited entity, I am so and so. And this is caused by a function which we call it as mind. Wow. Shankaracharya says, Manobuddhi ahankara chittani naham. I am not that. I don't have any mind. So, this samyama is really this eliminating this mind, not accepting the mind, not accepting the sense organs as if they are existing and then trying to control it. As long as you think that they are there and try to control, it will never be possible to control. They are not there. When you are sleeping, there are no sense organs, no mind. So the acceptance of this existence of the sense organs and the mind, and then trying to control them, that is a long circuitous route actually. No such a thing is there. Manobuddhi ahankara cittani naham is a straight and narrow path. It's the path of the flight actually, bird's path. You don't meander like this. Straight. In one stroke you achieve it. So that is the real samyama, is not to accept this mind. I am that. You give an emphasis to that. Nothing will disturb me. I don't need anything to make me complete. I am full. Asangaha, Purnaha. So that thought should be always there. So if it is there, then it comes actually that what Patanjali says, Trayam ekatra samyamaha. I am full. I don't need anything to make myself full. So the real samyama is not to accept the mind. You accept the mind and then try to do that means it will keep on giving you troubles. It will take a long time also. You will achieve it, but it will take a long time, circuitous path. The other is a very short and quick. The effort is required is same, both cases. Effort is required. So this thought has to come, but this has to be, conviction has to come. This is possible. I am that. The conviction has to come. That comes from the contact with great Mahatmas. Vina Mahatpada Rajobhishekam, they say. This will not come by doing all austerities, this and all these things. It will take a very long time. But when you have that grace, when you come in contact with a realized saint, when you come in contact with people like Sri Srima, Gurudev Shivananda, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, when you sit at their feet, then the grace will work through you. Then automatically we begin to feel, I am that. I am that feeling will come. Then the other things are that I have no sense organs, it doesn't affect me. So, Mahatpada Rajobhishekam, the Bhagavad says a story of Raghuguna and Bharata. Bharata says, Hey Raghuguna, tapasa nadati nachajjaya nirvapanat grihadva. By doing all other exercises, dharma acharana and other acharana and other austerities, it is not that easy. You don't say, you don't get it, we don't say. That is not that easy. Vina Mahatpada Rajobhishekam. By coming in contact with Mahatmas, somehow the mind cannot stand there. Their influence is there. When the light is there, darkness cannot remain. When they feel that you are intruded in them, The Mahatma who sits there, he doesn't find that you are other than him. So he has already included him in you. Then automatically you also feel that I am not an individual entity. So the concept of inside and outside, the concept of subject-object, all these things will vanish. Bhagavan has given us these two states, the deep sleep and the dream, and the third one, the waking. These three states are given to us by Bhagavan to understand this philosophy. In the deep sleep you don't find anything. You are in Ananda. There is neither you nor the other. Neither there is inside, there is no outside. Inside and outside not there means the terminology inside and outside is also not there. Inside is not there, outside is not there, it's not that way. Nothing is there. Neither inside is there nor outside. Both terminologies are also not there. And then in the deep sleep, in the dream, you understand that you can divide yourself into two and make yourself subject and make yourself object also. You yourself divide yourself into two. The subject-object relationship. That is what we are doing now. This is a Dirgha Swapna. You are sitting in front of me. It's as good as I am seeing you in the dream. Only this is for a longer period of time with reference to this scale. So the real samyama is to accept I am that. There is no you and me. There is no I and the other. Swa and para. Swapara is not there. Swapara is the mind's creation. So this is the Upadesha that Prahlada gives to all his classmates. Swaparasthyetya sadgrahaha yanmaya kata drishtastasme bhagavate namaha. So this, and then he also says the realization of this absolute, that realization that I am that is not that difficult. It is the most easiest one. He says it is the most easiest. There is Atisulabha, he says. So this is the most easy thing to achieve actually. We don't accept the existence of mind. We don't accept the existence of sense organs. Only accept that I am that. And then accept that you don't need anything to make you happy. You are absolutely fearless. So that is actually the samyama. May the blessings of Mother be on all of us to accept this, to have this samyama, and let us become real samyamis. Hari Om Tat Sat.